What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Great Chef Antonio, the conservative GCA. And with other things going on in the news, right now we have something that's a lot of people probably be missing. Going along with all the things that we have going on in the U.S., we have some things going on abroad across the world as well. Okay, so it seems like pretty much. I don't know what point of this that they do not get, but nuclear war doesn't end with a winner. I mean, it doesn't end with a winner, and it's kind of crazy, man. Because to me, man, I feel like we are as the people, we just have no say so on the outlandish decisions that our government leaders make. The people that lead, they make some of the craziest decisions on our well-being and the well-being of human life. And I always have to go back to say that these people have well-designed bunkers that if they do want to do something that as ridiculous as starting a nuclear war, that that is just a heartless thing for the human race, because they're going to take their families and they're going to go hide into the bunkers, and they'll be pushing buttons from their bunkers while they're safe, while the people of the world just die and are eradicated for something that we do not have any say so over. And in 90% of the case, we do not even care about warring with countries and don't want it, and we want to live peaceful lives as citizens. If it was left up to 90% of the citizens, we'll be like, man, put the weapons down. Why would you make nuclear weapons and make nuclear threats? Why is this something that they keep pushing in the media, as if this just like a word to just be tossed around like it's just some sweet thing to do and to be over with? No, this is the annihilation of the human race, and a lot of planetary animals, plants, and everything that sufficient for our survival. Okay, so now Poland actually is talking about they're ready to host nuclear weapons, and that is right on the doorstep of Russia. Long range nuclear weapons. That is something that is kind of crazy, because it was they passed a treaty about not NATO not advancing toward Russia as much as they did. This is why this Ukraine war is going on. The NATO was trying to get into Ukraine, put army bases all up on the doorstep of Russia, which the mainstream media will actually turn this thing around and make you think that Putin is just invading a sovereign country, which Ukraine is one of the most top crooked countries in the world. They are very, 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 very crooked country. They're not a democracy. They do not hold elections like we do. So I don't even understand why we are even looking out for a country that is not even a democratic country, or is not built on democracy. But they would try to fool you into thinking that Putin invaded Ukraine just because he wanted to take land. That is absurd and is so not true. It's just like if Putin went down to South America and he was some talks with Cambodia or anybody down in Chile or anything South America, Mexico, and said, "Hey, we want to put some military bases in here." America would not be for that. Like, come on, what's good for the gander is good for the goose. And you have to always understand that. How do you feel like you can put these weapons at a major power doorstep? Russia is a major power. They have more nuclear bombs than we do, So they are the top holders of nuclear weapons. So why would you allow a country to put nuclear weapons right at their doorstep, knowing that's gonna make tension rise, and it's probably gonna escalate and spill over into a conflict? And you are talking about nuclear weapons. You are actually talking about, and Putin has said plenty of times before, he doesn't look to use these. But if it becomes to be an existential threat to his people and his country, which any ruler has to look out for first is the people of their country and make sure that they are safe from any existential threat. Those are people over there living in that country. So if you put militaries on their doorstep, you are creating a danger for their people as well, so you have to think about that. It just come on, it just doesn't make sense. And then this heightened thing about nuclear weapons, I have no idea why they even keep saying this word in the news, getting the people all up in the clutching their pearls, thinking that something nuclear is going to happen, because that would be the most idiotic, insane thing to do in our day and time. The bombs, you even had one representative, I forget his name, I'm gonna bring that back up. He was talking about why wait. We need to do just like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, drop a bomb, a nuclear bomb on Russia and just get it all over with. What type of rhetoric is that, to even say something that stupid? That is stupid. You talking about dropping a nuclear bomb on Russia, which they're pretty much gonna already know that a nuclear bomb is coming by the time, and then that's just a retaliation. Before you eradicate us, let's go ahead and eradicate everybody else around you. You know what I'm saying? We'll just go out with a bang. That is the most stupid thing that I could hear a representative in our Congress to even say something that's idiotic. That's just like, these are the same old people. That's why it needs to be a change. These are the same old people from the days of Vietnam, probably World War II, that was with this type of thing. These old people that are in our Congress has to go, because they are warmongers. All they want to do is make money off of this, and they want to die rich. They don't care about killing innocent people. They just want to keep this war machine going, because they do have stocks into these type of things. You have to understand Boeing and Lockheed Martin. These are companies that has to survive, and they make weapons. So if the weapons are not used, then they don't make money. They need those weapons to be used to make more weapons, to make more weapons. People who make guns and bullets don't make bullets for them not to be used. They need to be used. They want it to be used so they can continue to make more. If anybody stop using them, then they go out of business. So you have to understand that. Then these politicians, they already up under these donors' belts. The donors are in their pockets, and they have to do what they say and things like that. And so they're gonna keep this war machine going. That's what they want to do. And then they know the heads up, because the inside trader thing for stocks. If the people that are setting these policies, putting in, which I think no politician should be able to trade, stocks, because they control the laws that control the stocks. You understand what I'm saying? So if they control and they know those stocks, this insider trading, which is illegal, but it's a hard thing to get caught in this thing. It takes a lot to catch somebody inside trading, and which, like I said, is against the law. But these politicians, they make bills. They know what bills they're going to get passed. They go and they talk with other constituents, and then they get those laws passed. They go ahead and already put their money into those stocks, because they know they're going to get the laws passed to get those stocks to go up. And boom, they get rich and rich and rich and rich, and they don't care if they have to kill people to do it. Okay, so we're going to get into this a little bit. We're gonna see this the Redacted. Y'all go check out Redacted too, man. I've been watching these their podcast for a pretty good while, man. These they used to actually, I think, Clayton and Natalie Morris, I think they used to work for Fox, CNN, one of them, CNN. They've been in the journalist game for a minute. They've seen it, so they decided to go independent. I've been following them for subscribed to their channel for a while. So yeah, I'll put their link in the description as well. So y'all go out there and y'all check out Clayton and Natalie Morris, man, on the Redacted, man. A real a good show, man. They have a lot of good topics, man, that'll open your eyes that mainstream media do not want you to see. So we're gonna dive in right here with Clayton a little bit, and he's gonna talk about Putin and Putin and Poland putting nuclear weapons, hosting nuclear weapons close to their doorstep. So let's go ahead and dive into this for a minute.
Well, these nutjobs are hell-bent on starting nuclear war with Russia. Any rational person would say, hey, stop this right now, back the hell up. But we are not dealing with rational people. We're dealing with bloodthirsty, greedy con artists that are trying to get us all killed. And even before they get us all killed, they're disrupting massive supply lines that are crushing our economies and our way of life right now. So this weekend, we learned that NATO is actively trying to draw Putin into a nuclear war.
Poland is ready to host nuclear weapons if NATO wants to reinforce its eastern borders against Russia.
In other words, testing Putin to see if he's telling the truth or he's bluffing or not. Well, was he bluffing before? Does he ever bluff? Doesn't seem like he's the kind of bluffing guy. Maybe this time, though, he is. This weekend, Poland took the unbelievable next step in bringing long-range tactical nuclear weapons to Russia's doorstep. Poland says they're ready to host nuclear weapons, like hosting a cocktail party. So how's this going to go? Poland is now offering publicly its territory so that NATO can strengthen its eastern flank. In fact, Poland's president, Andrzej Duda, is really keen on the idea. Quote, I've already talked about it several times. I must admit that when asked about it, I declared our readiness, he said. In other words, please send the nukes here. NATO isn't commenting on this, of course, and sources say this is going to happen. And it's been in the works for a few years now. Part of this sharing agreement is that we get to use your land to hold our nukes, and then Poland gets to use them. Seriously, this comes right out of the mouth of Polish leadership, by the way. You can put them here, but we also want to know that we can use them. This is a direct nuclear threat to Russia. And if you think this is a fantasy, we also learned this weekend that Poland has been lying about a massive new infrastructure project that they've been building. Oh yeah, Russia has been saying that Poland's new massive project is for military purposes. Housing nuclear weapons, launching long-range attacks at Russia. Poland's like, no. It's just, it's a new shopping center. We're going to have Starbucks, we'll have an H&M. Nothing to see here, don't worry about it. It's called the Central Communications Port, or CPK for short. It's a transportation mega project, but it's just for shopping and transportation and buses. Nothing to worry about. So you can go there, you can take a bus all around Poland, you can take a train, you can buy your Starbucks, you can get some new clothing, nothing to worry about. Well, now we know the truth. Polish President Duda let the cat out of the bag and slipped up, making a huge mistake, admitting that, yes, in fact, this thing is basically an anti-Russian launch pad disguised as an infrastructure project. Here's exactly what Duda had to say. Quote, it's no secret to anyone, and I emphasize this, if a situation of potential danger for Poland were to occur and the relocation of additional Allied forces to Poland would be necessary to defend our territory, we do not currently have an airport that would be able to provide such support for the West to quickly come to Poland. In other words, this CPK is a massive staging area to accept NATO forces and to launch against Russia. So Russia was correct, and they were lying. Poland was lying about it. Duda last month said we are in a pre-war era. Pre-war era, similar to just before World War II, he said. So bring nuclear weapons to Poland ahead of the start of World War III. Great. These are Western leaders right now. Meanwhile, how's Russia responding to putting nukes in their backyard? Well, not well. And Putin is warning Poland, don't even think about doing this. Late this week, Russia warned Poland that it will make itself, quote, a priority target if it hosts NATO nuclear weapons on its territory. Putin says that Russia considers any expansion of NATO's nuclear sharing on Polish territory, quote, deeply destabilizing, end quote, and they won't stand for it. In fact, Russia called it a clear threat to their country. I spoke to Benjamin Abelo. He's the author of the great book, How the West Brought War to Ukraine. I highly recommend it. And he says the West is agitating for nuclear war.
I think there's a really great danger that most people in the West, they're busy thinking of how will this affect Ukraine? How will this affect Ukraine? How will this affect the U.S.-Russian relationship? and they're not thinking clearly enough about that we are taking it's a finite but a real risk of escalation to a nuclear level. So what really caught my eye right off the bat was the possibility of nuclear escalation to the nuclear level.
And of course, the nut jobs in Congress and others who are calling for a nuclear war are saying these are just tactical nukes. Like these are just going to be, we'll just wipe out a country. These aren't wipe out the whole world nuclear weapons. This is what they're thinking right now and talking about. Just look at the locations where the U.S. currently stores nuclear bombs in Europe.
US tactical nuclear weapons are stored at 6 bases in 5 NATO member states: Belgium, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands and Turkey. As for France and the UK, the other 2 nuclear-armed NATO members, they have their own stockpiles and don't host US weapons.
Again, what would the United States do in such a situation? A nuclear power putting nukes in our backyard. Well, we would destroy them. We would never allow for it. And yet we're doing the exact same thing to Russia. Now, Russia says, quote, any nuclear weapons deployed to Poland would be a legitimate target. And they called them priority targets. I mean, this is madness. They are hell-bent on driving the West right into the ground right now. And all of these sanctions and isolating moves are creating interesting bedfellows. We just learned this week that North Korea is going to start helping Iran to create a united front against the United States. So Biden has done the impossible here. He's brought China and Russia closer together, North Korea and Iran closer together. How has this helped the United States in any way? It hasn't. It's had the exact opposite effect. Soaring energy costs, inflation, thanks to massive debt spending on war, 30% increases in rent, groceries, everything else in the United States. Way to go. And on top of that, sanctions that have brought other countries closer together, destabilizing entire regions, and all these countries turning away from the US dollar. So this is an absolute disaster. It's no wonder that President Biden's new poll numbers out this weekend show the lowest for an American president in 70 years. It's devastating.
Okay, so there you have it, man, everybody. Poland is looking to put nuclear weapons right there at the doorstep of Russia, man, which Putin says that they will be a prime target if they do so. They have become an existential threat to the country and their people. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this, man. This nuclear war thing, man, because it's kind of crazy. It turned a blind eye for a second. I don't think the public is actually looking at this as much as they should with all the other things that are going on in our country and abroad. We have so much it's like so much chaos. I've never, out of my whole life, living here, I've never seen chaos the way that we see it right now, and that's a God honest fact. My birthday is actually coming up. I'll be actually 45 years old this in a couple of days, but in my whole life of even understanding, I've never seen this type of chaos that was in our country and within it. So what do y'all think about nuclear war? Do you think this is inevitable? Do you think this is something that will just happen? And what do you think will happen to the inhabitants of this world, this planet, and the people who will make it to the bunkers? Because I think they actually got it misconstrued, and they might be setting up their own demise as well if they destroy everybody on the planet with nuclear weapons. They are hundreds of times more powerful than the Nagasaki and Hiroshima bomb, which still affect the Japanese to this day. Their food, their crops and all of that, and the people that are born these days. So this was like a long lasting effect from that. And so this just was to happen across just a few countries, man. The world will be devastated. It's just like it'll be destroyed. So it doesn't even take everybody with nuclear weapons to start launching these things and to destroy every human on the planet, also the animals, the plants, and then I guess the Earth will just start back to getting itself back to the utopia that it used to be, before anything touched it. So here we go, man, with this Putin. They're putting these on Putin doorstep. Yeah, what do y'all think? Do y'all think this is a just thing to do? Do you think this is something that they should do, or something that our people in power should just actually think about? Because this is crazy, man. I mean, this is really, 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 really crazy. I don't even understand how this could even be a subject, a matter, even talking about shooting nuclear weapons at people. So, y'all make sure, man. I thank y'all for joining me once again, man. Your boy, Great Chef Antonio, the conservative GCA, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and for everybody who watched the video to the end, I really do thank you. It really do help me out. Hit that like and subscribe button, and hit that notification bell as well, man. Make sure you hit all, so you can make sure you get all this good content whenever it come in. I'm gonna have these live videos coming up soon. Y'all check out that cookbook that I do have in my bio up at the top of in my bio on the top of my page, and y'all check out that cookbook. I am an actual chef, and I do cook, and have a virtual restaurant as well that you can also check out right there if you're in the Atlanta area on Uber Eats and DoorDash. So yeah, I hope everybody having a wonderful, great day. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's beautiful outside, and it's always a great day to be great. Always, okay? Always a great day to be great. And live, love, laugh, and eat. And if you have any grudges against anybody, you gotta learn to forgive, y'all. Let that thing go, because you know what? It only stresses you out. You know what I mean? It only affects you. So that's why they're going on happy about that day. You up there, man, holding a grudge. It ain't doing that but hurt yourself. So be happy, forgive, live, love, laugh, and eat. Thank y'all once again. See y'all on the next one. Peace.